Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway, where today the Johnson iRacing Network will bring you a feature event in the iRacing Advanced Legends Cup. This race features the top split and includes some of the top drivers working on the iRacing circuit today. Let's have a walk through the starting grid. Starting in position 10, car number 9, the John Deere Legends car of Joseph Ralph. Joseph, racing out of New York. Starting in the 9th spot in car number 1 from California, sponsored by Snap-on and Peak, it's Robert Czub. Robert, one of the top 25 drivers in the world on the iRacing circuit. Starting in the 8th spot in car number 2, he'll show up on your telemetry as 2, but on your screen in the purple and yellow 94 car, the Warner's Racing's Legends car of Jonathan Tuckness. John Tuckness, racing out of Nashville, Tennessee. Tuck, also one of the top 25 drivers in the iRacing Advanced Legends series. In the 7th starting spot in car number 4, sponsored by Thrustmaster, that's James Teggett. James from Boise, Idaho. Starting in the 6th spot in car number 11, the Pennzoil Legends car of Stephen Cooper. Stephen from Austin, Texas. Starting in the 5th spot in car number 10, that's the Legends car of Scott Anderson. Scott from San Antonio, Florida. Now your top 4, starting in the 4th spot in car number 8, sponsored by Fury, racing out of New Jersey, that's Charles Spencer. To Charles inside, starting in the 3rd spot in car number 7, it's the Fanatec Legends car of Chad McKinney. Chad racing out of the Northwest region. On the front row outside, it's Aaron Cain in car number 5. Aaron, part of the Johnson iRacing team. He races out of Slinger, Wisconsin. And on the pole, in car number 00, he's going to show up on your telemetry here as car number 3, the Northwest Missouri State University car of Aaron Johnson. Aaron out of Bailey, Colorado, also a member of the Johnson iRacing team. The pace car is in. Johnson leads them to the flag. It's Aaron Johnson and Aaron Cain side by side as they fly down into turn number 1. Johnson to the inside, Cain to the outside. The cars side by side. Johnson pulls Cain coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Aaron Cain giving Aaron Johnson plenty of room. The Johnson Racing Team, iRacing Team teammates running 1-2 here to complete lap 1 at Charlotte Legends Track. Johnson into turn number 1, rolls through the center of 1 and 2, beginning to extend the lead over the 5 of Lincoln Cain. Jonathan Tuckness in the 2, already moved up to 6. Czub right behind him in 7th. Those two drivers routinely in the top 10 globally in the iRacing Legends Cup. So Johnson and Cain have their work cut out for them to hold off the charging cars of Czub and John Tuckness. A little bit of internet lag showing up there. Aaron Johnson continues to lead. We've completed 3 laps at Charlotte Legends Track. Johnson in the green and black Northwest Missouri State car, pulling out to a several car length lead over the 5 of Aaron Cain. Aaron Cain in that Johnson iRacing Team Mount Vernon Auto Supply Legends car rolls through the center of 3 and 4, now out onto the front straightaway, goes past the start-finish line. Cain extending the lead he holds over the 3rd place car of Chad McKinney. Behind McKinney, it's the 11 of Cooper, that's the Pennzoil car, and to his inside, the 1 of Robert Czub charging toward the front. Czub making quick work of the rest of the field as he's gone from the 9th starting spot to work his way into 4th in 6th laps. Czub flying around this Legends Oval. There's Robert Czub closing in on the 7 of McKinney. Czub working hard on McKinney's back bumper, looks to the inside. It's Czub and McKinney side by side. They go into turn number 1. And it's Robert Czub who has taken over now the 3rd position. Czub gets sideways as he comes out of 2. Czub goes around backwards. That's going to cost Robert Czub a lot of positions. He gets a little loose as he was working underneath and had just passed the 7. Must have heated those tires up a little bit. The car very loose now as those rear tires have overheated. Let's go back up front with the leader. Aaron Johnson has extended the lead now over Aaron Cain to about half of the straightaway here. Johnson in the 00, Cain in the 5. Those cars running 1-2, followed by the 7 of McKinney. Then it's the 2 of Tuckness. Tuckness actually in the 94. Tuckness has worked his way now into the 3rd spot. Let's ride along with John Tuckness. Tuckness, one of the best drivers on the iRacing service in these Legends cars, and really in a lot of different classes. Tuckness running some SK Modified, running a little bit in the street stocks in a different account. So John Tuckness, a talented driver. There's no sim racing car that he appears to not be able to drive. The guy is really talented, really quick, and he is closing in on the 5 of Aaron Cain. Tuckness in the 94, really making quick laps around the racetrack, nice and smooth as he closes in on the 5 of Cain. We're on lap 11 of 40, getting ready to start lap 12 of 40. Aaron Johnson with the lead, followed by Lincoln Cain and John Tuckness. John Tuckness moving and closing in quickly on the 5 of Aaron Cain. Behind Tuckness, it's the 7 of McKinney, then Cooper, Spencer. Robert Czub has worked his way back up to 7th after that spin. So Czub, very quick race car, working his way back up through traffic. Out front, it is Aaron Johnson in the 00. Johnson with nearly a straightaway lead over the 5 of Aaron Cain, about a 5-second lead over the 2 of John Tuckness. Lap 14 is underway. We're about a third of the way through this race. It's Aaron Johnson with the lead. Johnson beginning to close in on some lap traffic. That's the 9, the John Deere Legends car of Joseph Ralph. Ralph currently running in 10th, James Teggett 9th, and Scott Anderson 8th. But it's Ralph and Teggett that are showing up in Aaron Johnson's front windshield as he closes in on lap traffic. Behind them, we see that John Tuckness has closed in on the 5 of Aaron Cain. Tuckness now a car length and a half back of that 5 car as he looks for a way around. Tuckness, starting out 9th, has worked his way into the 3rd spot and is closing on the 5 of Aaron Cain. Johnson has worked his way around the lapped car of Joseph Ralph, now looks to get underneath the 4 of James Teggett. Tuckness with position on Cain. Tuckness is going to make the pass on Aaron Cain as he comes into turn number 1, now rolls through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be John Tuckness working his way into 2nd as he has come from the back to the front and now sets his sights on chasing down our leader, Aaron Johnson. Up front, Johnson running a nice smooth race in the 00, that Northwest Missouri State University car. John Tuckness about a straightaway behind, the lead about 3.5 seconds. Tuckness closing about a 1/10 of a second a lap at this point in time on the 00 of Johnson. So Tuckness would need about 30 laps to catch up. He's got about 30. He's got about 20. So this should be a close race with John Tuckness making a charge to try to chase down our leader. Aaron Johnson continuing to lead. Tuckness has worked his way around the lapped car of Joseph Ralph. Will crawl in with Tuckness as he closes on the lapped car of James Teggett. Tuckness working on Teggett. He looks to the inside as they go into turn number 3. John Tuckness makes his way past James Teggett, giving the leaders plenty of room as he knows John Tuckness has set his sights on chasing down the leader, Aaron Johnson. Back out front with the 00. Johnson closing on the lapped car of Scott Anderson. Johnson with about a 2.8 second lead. Again, Tuckness closing about a 1/10 of a second a lap. There are 20 laps left. Tuckness about 2.9 seconds back. Will he have enough time to chase down the 00 of Johnson? Jonathan Tuckness, the fastest car on the speedway right now. Cain 3rd. Czub has worked his way back up to the 4th spot after that early spin. Robert Czub throwing down some impressively quick laps. Johnson closing on the lapped car of Scott Anderson. Anderson racing out of San Antonio, Florida in that blue and gold Legends car that reminds me a bit of the old Wrangler Chevrolet that Dale Earnhardt drove in the early 1980s. Johnson closing on the 10 of Anderson. Now within about 6 car lengths of Anderson as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Jonathan Tuckness he's in the visual now. Johnson can see him in the mirror. You can see Tuckness on the screen. Tuckness closing relentlessly on the 00 of Johnson. Tuckness about 2 seconds behind, closing about a 1/10 of a second a lap. There are 16 laps to go. Will John Tuckness have enough time to catch the 00 of Aaron Johnson? Johnson closes in now on the 10 of Anderson, starts to work on finding his way around the car. Anderson gets sideways, spins in front of the leader, hits the leader in the right front. That's going to cost Johnson about a 1.5 seconds, and it's going to put John Tuckness right on Aaron Johnson's back bumper. What a bad break for the leader. A lapped car having a mistake and costing the leader about a 1.5 seconds. John Tuckness now right on Johnson's back bumper. Tuckness, the class of the field. It won't be if, it's only going to be when Tuckness works his way around Johnson. Johnson continues to run that same low inside line, lets the car drift out as he comes out of turn 3, then right up against the wall down the front straightaway. Johnson through 1 and 2, 2 wheels just inside the white line. Tuckness right on Johnson's back bumper, looking for an opening. John Tuckness looks to the high side, maybe trying to make a little run as he comes out of the corner. The high side's not going to work here at Charlotte. Tuckness, one of the best drivers on the surface. If there's anybody that could make the high line work, it would be John Tuckness, but that's not going to work with the 00 car of Johnson. Johnson just too quick to pass on the outside. Tuckness going to have to find a way to get a wheel underneath. Johnson looks underneath coming out of 4. Johnson manages to get back on the throttle quickly enough to keep Tuckness from getting position. Tuckness, though, all over Johnson's back bumper, working really hard. Johnson a little high coming out of turn number 2. Tuckness right on Johnson's bumper again. Gets a little run going into turn number 3. John Tuckness is going to take the lead. It'll be Jonathan Tuckness with the lead, followed by Aaron Johnson, then Aaron Cain. Let's crawl in with Tuckness. Tuckness has extended that lead over Johnson to about 5 car lengths now. It's Tuckness, Johnson, Cain, Robert Czub. Czub has closed in on the 5 of Aaron Cain. Czub trying to find his way around after that spin to work his way inside of Cain. He manages to get position coming out of 4. Robert Czub underneath the 5 of Aaron Cain. They go into turn number 1. Czub makes the pass. Aaron Cain gives Czub some room down the back straightaway now. It's going to be Robert Czub in 3rd, Johnson 2nd, Tuckness 1st. The team car, the other Johnson iRacing team car of Aaron Cain, drops to 4th. So the Johnson iRacing team running 2nd and 4th. John Tuckness with the lead. Robert Czub in 3rd. Chad McKinney now in 5th. Let's go back out front with the 94 of John Tuckness. Tuckness extending the lead over Johnson. He's pulled out to about a 7 car length advantage. Johnson's car pretty good. Tuckness' car just a little bit better. Robert Czub closing on Aaron Johnson. Czub about 20 car lengths, maybe 15 car lengths back, 2/3 of a straightaway. There's a lap car between them. That lap car looks to be the 8 of Charles Spencer. But out front, it is all John Tuckness. Tuckness 6 to go this time. You're going to be 5 to go this time by. Tuckness with the lead, Johnson 2nd, Czub 3rd, and closing rapidly. Johnson seems to have used up his tires trying to hold off the flying 94 of John Tuckness. 5 to go. Tuckness down the back straightaway. A nice smooth line. He can see the lapped 11 car of Stephen Cooper through the front windshield. Don't know if Tuckness is going to have to deal with that lap traffic. Johnson about 8 car lengths back. Czub about 8 car lengths back of Johnson. It's Tuckness, Johnson, Czub, Cain, McKinney. Your top 5 at Charlotte with 4 to go. This time by, there will be 3 to go. John Tuckness out of turn number 3, now through turn 4, onto the front straightaway. There are 3 to go this time by. Tuckness with the lead, followed by Johnson, Czub, Cain, and McKinney. John Tuckness, a very fast hot rod, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Robert Czub closing quickly on the 00 of Johnson. Tuckness out of turn 4 onto the front straight. 2 to go this time by. It's Tuckness, Johnson, Czub, and Cain. 1, 2, 3, 4. John Tuckness has control of this race with a lap and a half left. John Tuckness, barring an accident, should come home your winner. Tuckness out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. He'll continue to lead. There's 1 lap left. He takes the white flag. Tuckness through 1 and 2. Now down onto the back straightaway. John Tuckness pulls past the lapped car of Cooper. Johnson trying to hold off Czub as Johnson and Czub are racing hard. Tuckness just decides to slow down and not take a chance on the wreck. It's John Tuckness with the win. Aaron Johnson holds off the charging number 1 car of Robert Czub. Behind Czub, Aaron Cain finishes 4th, Chad McKinney 5th. It'll be Stephen Cooper in 6th, followed by Charles Spencer in 7th, Scott Anderson 8th, James Teggett 9th, and Joseph Ralph will round out the top 10. Well, John Tuckness and Robert Czub started in the 8th and 9th positions respectively. Tuckness charged all the way to the front to take this win. Robert Czub ended up in the 3rd spot. So 2 hard chargers, 2 of the best drivers on the iRacing service in this Advanced Legends Cup, making their way from the back to the front. Aaron Johnson with a solid run finishing 2nd. His teammate Aaron Cain finishing 4th. The top 5 rounded out by Chad McKinney. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an excellent Legends Cup race from Charlotte Motor Speedway here at the Legends track. You know, this track is a 1/4 mile. It's small, it's flat, it's really easy to have a lot of trouble, and a lot of times you see these Legends car races be endurance races. Whoever can survive the most accidents tends to win. That was not the case today, as these drivers, the cream of the crop in the Advanced Legends Cup, put on a great show with some great clean racing here at the Charlotte Legends track. For the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing Network, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.